Hi, I'm Matt Towery for InsiderAdvantage, the Southern Political Report. Once again, with no teleprompter, just on the fly. InsiderAdvantage released yesterday the nation's latest poll in South Carolina. And just like in other states where he is rising, Mike Huckabee is rising in South Carolina. He now leads the field in South Carolina with 23%. Rudy Giuliani is tied with Thompson. They both have 17%. Romney at 14%, McCain at 10%, and Paul has come up to 6%. It doesn't mean by any stretch of the imagination that Huckabee is necessarily going to win South Carolina. I've seen these numbers bounce back and forth, but what it does mean is that he is the candidate for the moment. We're seeing it all over the country among Republicans, particularly in these areas where they're concentrating on this presidential race. This should be no shock, no big surprise. InsiderAdvantage was the first to show Mike Huckabee rising in Florida. He certainly rose after he won the CNN YouTube debate. I think he's getting the bounce off of this. Now, I want to talk real quickly about Mitt Romney and the issue of his discussion that he had about his religion. Here is the big difference between Mitt Romney and John F. Kennedy, and I don't believe it's really been made clear. John F. Kennedy faced the issue not of having two different scriptures. While admittedly at that time the Catholic version of the Bible was slightly different than the Protestant version of the Bible, it was virtually the same. Okay, so that was never challenged in terms of that. The theology was never really challenged with regard to Kennedy. The issue with Kennedy was, would he be beholden to the Pope? And that is what Kennedy had to get out of the way. He got it out of the way and was able to win West Virginia. Now, what Romney has to deal with is an entirely different issue. Two different scriptures. One, the Holy Bible, the other, Book of Mormon. And individuals are going to start pointing out the differences and continue to ask Romney, which of the two do you believe? Now, this is going to be difficult for him, but I want to make this point, and I made this point to the Wall Street Journal yesterday in an interview. This business about the evangelicals deciding these races is just not the case. InsiderAdvantage polling in Iowa, South Carolina, Florida, virtually every state tells us, yes, Christian voters are going to be important, but they will not necessarily dominate the race. I think the reason Mike Huckabee is rising right now is because he appears to be likable. And I want to continue to note what I said earlier. I will stand by my column, including to many hundred writers who said, what was I drinking when I wrote the column that appeared nationally yesterday? I am still standing by the concept that despite what the Des Moines Register says, turnout will not be overwhelmingly high. Even if it is, I still believe this guy, Ron Paul, is going to have a higher turnout than anyone can imagine because his people are more enthused. And I think the national press is missing this story. So here's the big story today. Huckabee is strong in South Carolina. Romney's speech, so-so, different issues, not being received particularly overwhelmingly great, but not being thumbs down. And Ron Paul, I stand by what I say about Iowa. He's going to end up making some news there, guarantee it. I'm Matt Towery for InsiderAdvantage and the Southern Political Report and the Internet News Agency. Have a great day. Thanks.